Smash the like button, man. Look, these takes, I tell y'all, bro, they be aged in like the finest of fine wines that you could taste, bro. Gervonta Tank Davis, amid his announcement for the fight with Frank Martin, was asked by a fan, like, yo, what's up with Coach Kenny Ellis and Coach Calvin Ford? Speaking on the internet, because they was on the internet while the fight was getting announced, saying that Tank ain't he ain't fighting Frank. Don't believe that unless you see Tank announce it, blah, 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 all that shit, right? And Tank said, I done told them to be quiet, but they got too comfortable getting this money. All right? And he also posted a picture of the Tank and Frank flyer on his social media, letting you know that shit is true. And this just goes to what I said about Coach Kenny Ellis and Coach Calvin Ford. And please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time. And I ask that you join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that I do. And also hit me up if you want to debate. The email is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Look, man, I've been telling you guys for years now. Tank Davis ain't been lying to y'all about who he will and who he won't fight. If he say he ain't gonna fight somebody, then he's kept his word so far. If he say that he do want to fight somebody, then, bro, he be making that shit happen. He be keeping his word. And all these debates I've had about things that Calvin Ford has said, all these debates I've had about things that Kenny Ellis have said, I've always maintained, and I've always told you guys, look, man, great coaches love what they do for the community of Baltimore. But when it comes to the business of Tank Davis, when it comes to who he's fighting, they're not going to have input on that. They're not going to know what's going on. But yet again, all of you guys, all you guys that like to debate me or come by the channel, you always come. Well, Calvin Ford said that he won't Tank Davis to fight Isak Pitbull Cruz. Well, Kenny Ellis flipped the coin, and Kenny Ellis said that it's going to be this. And I kept telling y'all over and over again, look, man, they're not going to decide who Tank Davis fights. They're not going to, it's going to be his decision. And when I point out to you guys that they also say all of that stuff, but then turn around and say it's going to be Tank's decision, that lets you know right there, you got to take what they say specifically with a grain of salt. And this Frank Martin Tank Davis fight is a prime example of that. The fact that Calvin Ford been pushing Isak Pitbull Cruz and Tank Davis to fight again for literally years now, and Tank still ain't fought him yet, it's proof of that. The moment that the Pitbull Cruz fight was over in the end of 2021, we went all of 2022, we went all of 2023, and now here we are in 2024 with another fight announcement. Tank still ain't fought him yet. But yet and still, all of you people that love to bash Gervonta Tank Davis, you love to talk negative about him, every last one of you will still be like, oh, we getting Pitbull Cruz too. We getting Tank Davis versus Pitbull Cruz too. Oh, man, Tank Davis ain't gonna fight no black American slick fighter. He ain't fighting no black American slick fighter. He gonna fight Rayo. That's right up his alley. What are you saying today? I love this fight announcement in the ring because I think it's a very good fight. But I also love it outside the ring because we're going to get to see the difference between who was just showing constructive criticism and just who was hating. And the haters are already coming out. Oh, man, Frank Martin, he a prospect. Frank Martin, he not a really, you know what I mean? He not a slick fighter. He a pressure fighter. He not a slick fighter. Oh, word. So Frank Martin don't fight off his back foot, use his jab, use angles, use his footwork, pivot around. He can't do all of that. He ain't a good counter puncher. He ain't fast. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. Stop it. Oh, he a prospect now. Were you calling Devin Haney a prospect when he wanted to fight Lomachenko? I'm just asking. When you make the claims that Devin Haney was ducked by Lomachenko, which I agree with, and Devin Haney was in the top 3 of the sanctioning body, and Loma decided to fight a champion instead, were you calling Devin Haney a prospect? When we were all wanting Shakur Stevenson to get an opportunity against Oscar Valdez, were we calling him a prospect? No. We wanted these up-and-coming contenders, because that's what Frank Martin is, ranked number 3 in the WBA. These guys that passed the eye test, Jerron Boots Ennis, when he's ranked highly in the IBF and the WBO and these sanctioning bodies, we want them to get their shot. Only in the case of Tank Davis do people always find a way to try to belittle his moves or his opponent. When in reality, and I'll do another video on this, in reality, this Tank Davis versus Frank Martin fight is a better fight than Tank versus Ryan Garcia. And it's a better fight than Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Follow the logic, right? People shit on Tank versus Ryan. And a lot of people like, well, it's about time. It's about time he fight Frank. This is a good fight. I like this fight. He finally fighting somebody with a chance against him. So if Tank versus Frank is better than Tank versus Ryan, how is it possible that Tank versus Frank is not better than Devin versus Ryan? Yeah, that went over some of y'all head. I understand, bro. I get it. I know. I'm a tough pill to swallow, bro. I'm hard to deal with. I understand, man. I tell people all the time, I understand. I know why you get frustrated, why you get mad. I understand why you make videos and have all these negative comments in the comment section. I get it, because this dose of reality, this logic, these harsh truths, they hard to deal with, bro. I totally get it. I totally get it. And I understand that these strong opinions ain't everybody cup of tea, and neither is this logic. But I'll rewind it for you. So you watching this video that's hating right now, you were shitting on Tank versus Ryan. It was an exhibition. Ryan was trash. It's not a good fight. You're saying that Tank versus Frank is better than Tank versus Ryan, and I agree. But if Tank versus Ryan is trash and Tank versus Frank is better than Tank versus Ryan, then how can Tank versus Frank not be better than Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia? Because Ryan is the same opponent. And if you believe that Devin is better than Tank, then how in the hell can Devin versus Ryan be a better fight? Because that means you believe the gap between Devin and Ryan is wider than the gap between Tank and Ryan. But the gap between Tank and Frank, you believe is closer, so it's a better fight. Just like I told y'all, look, Tank and Ryan is a bigger fight. It's going to do bigger numbers, and it's a good fight. But Devin versus Loma is a better fight because it's going to be a more competitive fight. It's a closer fight. Loma is going to be able to do some things to Devin that Ryan is not going to be able to do with Tank. So I don't understand what the issue is or why that upsets so many of you, bro. You know what I mean? I thought you wanted good fights. We finding out today who want good fights and who's just in this to spin narratives, bro. And who's not going to give a fighter credit no matter what they do. Because Tank Davis could have fought a Williams Zepeda. He could have fought a Jose Rayo Valenzuela. He could have rematched Pitbull Cruz if he wanted to. You know what I mean? He had so many. He could have fought a Gary Russell Jr. So many other options at his disposal. And he chose the toughest one. He chose the toughest available option. If you consider the fact that Shakur is not available, Loma is not available, Devin Haney not available, and moved up to a completely different weight class. When you consider all these factors and you think, okay, well, who could he fight? He could fight this guy, that guy over there, this guy. And he chose the one that looks like on paper to be the toughest opponent. How can you not respect that, bro? Real talk, how can you not respect that? But going back to what we were talking about earlier in this video. Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford, it's time for them to talk about their expertise. It's time for them to talk about what we love to hear about them. Talk about that sweet science, man. Talk about what you're going to do with this person, what you can do with that person, how Tank can beat this guy, how Tank can beat that guy. And when asked the question about Tank opponents and breaking news, it's okay to simply say, we don't know. That's not our job. We ain't into all that. But we do know that we're going to have him ready and he in the gym and he can go right now. You know, trainer talk, bro. Trainer talk. That's all you got to do. Trainer talk. Come on, Blue. That's all you got to do. And that way you don't leave yourself out here looking bad. You don't leave Tank Davis having to put things in check for you. You don't leave him having to put things in check for you. You put him in a situation where he got to respond to fans and say, yeah, I told him to stop all that. And that's just Tank growing into his maturity, in my opinion, because, like, yeah, I got love for him. I'm loyal to y'all. But y'all going to have to get in line and listen, bro. And directly went against what they were trying to say on the Rise podcast or what have you, and posted the goddamn flyer, him and Frank, on his social media. Like, it's clear by now, if it hasn't been already, which I've been telling y'all again at the beginning of this video, takes age like fine wine over here. Man, Tank Davis, Kenny Ellis, Calvin Ford, they got a great relationship, but they not in charge of his business. They not in charge of who he fight. They not going to have any insight to it. And because of the way that they talk on the internet and on social media, Al Heyman is going to advise Tank Davis, don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them who you fight. Don't tell them who we in negotiations with. When that time come, we'll release the news accordingly. Or it could be one of those things, you know what? They could be so close. This is the other angle to it that I can see. Oh, shit. Y'all seen that bug fly up on me? Walking your dogs in the country, boy. I swear to God. Anyway, the other angle to this shit is this, bro. To where they know his opponent, but this is all about hype, controversy. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Steer the people this way, or tell them this, or just get them going. As long as you don't release the name, we really don't care, you know, what you do, because any publicity is good publicity. So it could be one of those things. Because we know Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather love to act like they beefing when Tank got a fight coming up. So this could be part of that where, hey, we're going to act like, you know, things are disassociated, like y'all don't know, and I'm going to tweet this out, and y'all going to do this and say this. So it could all be a concerted effort. That's always an angle in situations like this, just because controversy sells and shit. So that is something to think about. But all we can really go off of as fight fans is publicly and what the data tells us and what the information tells us. And based on what Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford have been saying about who Tank is fighting, and based on this Frank Martin announcement, come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Seems like they don't know. Just like I told y'all, they not involved in none of Tank business moves and who he decide to fight. They ain't matchmakers. They trainers. So if you're looking for them to tell you who he fighting or what he got going on, I think you got a bad source with that one. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. I'll see y'all soon, man. We out of here. Peace.